everyone and welcome to today's Pilates class. Thank you for joining me. Today we're doing a mat work based class which is going to involve deep core muscles, using our legs, engaging the back of our bodies as well, going into rolling like a ball, doing some hundreds and then finishing up with some lovely weight bearing and spinal extension work. So it's a nice recap of one of the classes that we did a couple of weeks ago, so a great way to build your strength and see how you feel after a few weeks of doing Pilates. Okay, so you don't need that much equipment today. What you do need is your exercise mat. I'd like you to have your little head cushion as well. A pair of hand weights, so these are just 1 kilogram, or you can use tins of beans or bottles of water, whatever you've got available. And finally, a squishy ball as well, because we're going to be using this to help us with our alignment and coordination. So you need a fair amount of air in it. You can see it's fairly well blown up, not got too much of a squishing today. Now, as ever, if we do anything that doesn't suit you and your body, please take a rest. You don't need to do all of the reps, just do what suits you and really listen to your body as well, especially when it comes into ones like rolling like a rocker and rolling like a ball, because these won't be for everybody, particularly if you have any issues with your spine. Alright, let's get started. So coming down onto the floor for our warm-up to begin. So let's bring ourselves down into our relaxation position. And I'd like you to set yourself up with the weight going down through the back of the head, through the back of the rib cage and the back of the pelvis as well. You have your nose, breastbone, tummy button and pubic bone in one long line. And let's just check that our feet are hip distance apart. So you can walk your feet out, bring your heels to join, and you should be nicely set up here. So arms going down by your sides to begin. We're just going into our regular pelvic tilt. Really nice way just to ease out any tension through your lumbar spine and begin to get that movement in here. Well done. So just going backwards and forwards here, thinking about how this feels. Do you have any areas of tightness? Any areas where it just feels absolutely fine, which is good. I'm always a little bit tight around my lumbar. And we'll go 2 more times here. Rock back, arch away, rock back, arch away. And now let's start to go round in a circle. So just sending this imaginary marble around all of the points of the compass created by your tummy button, your 2 hip bones and your pubic bone as well. Keeping your toes relaxed as you do this and the rest of your body still. Nice and smoothly here. Good. Let's go 2 more times. Pause here and now let's reverse and go the opposite way. Nice and smoothly around. See how it feels. So you should find that your knees are just moving in response to what your pelvis is doing as well. And final couple here. And come back through to centre. Well done. So let's make sure we're nice and even once again. Hips are level with each other. Maybe a little curve beneath your lumbar spine so you're not fully imprinting. And we'll go into some arm workout, arm warm out with a windows now. So let's start with our arms directly above our shoulders, palms facing forward. Take a deep breath in. And now as you breathe out, we draw the elbows down towards the floor, rotate back, reach through the arms and sweep them above the shoulders. So we exhale to rotate, inhale to reach your arms and draw back through. Now don't worry if you can't get the back of your hands down towards the floor. What I'd like to do is really focus on your form and alignment rather than trying to jam your hands down and do yourself some kind of like overstrain injury thing. Let's go again, draw down, rotate, reach, up and down, rotate, reach, and up. Let's go one last one like this. So just opening up through the shoulders, getting the front of the chest open as well. Final one. And then bring the arms all the way up. And now let's reverse and go the other way. So this time, breathing in to prepare. Breathe out, take your arms back into ribcage closure. Draw the elbows down so that they're at a 90-degree angle. Rotate and press. And again, reaching back. Draw the elbows down. Rotate and up. So slightly different now. We have to use our deep core muscles to make sure that we're not popping up through the rib cage. And again, back, down, rotate, and press. Lovely. 2 more times like this. Smoothly working through this motion exercise. And final couple, back, down, rotate, press, final one. And rotate and bring the arms all the way up into the air and float them down. Good. So our final one in our warm-up today is our lovely easy starfish, keeping the body as still as possible. Now it's super easy to do a sloppy starfish and let your spine kind of wobble from side to side, but I'd like to really slide and reach, reaching through the heel, reaching through the arm, and keep your body super still, and then draw back in. So we exhale, slide, reaching away through that heel, toes points up towards the ceiling, and draw back through. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Moving in really nice alignment here. Reach, and back, reach, and back. Good, and again. Breathe out, reach, inhale back. So we're trying to just glide the foot over the floor rather than really press down. If you bring the mat forward and back, you've probably got a little bit too much pressure through your heels there. And again, exhale, reach, inhale back. 2 more times to each side. Breathing out and in. Exhale, inhale. Good. Last one to each side now. Breathing out and in. Maybe feeling a little bit smoother, like you've got a bit more mobility now. And draw back in. Well done. Now let's get a hold of our hand weights. And we're combining a single sliding leg with a kind of lat pull down exercise. So we're starting in our neutral spine and pelvis once again. Turn your muscles down and in so you're nicely supported, palms facing forward. Now, as you slide one heel away from you, I'd like you to draw the elbows down into that first part of the windows, just so your elbows touch the floor, and then draw back through. And then we go to the side. Exhale, slide, inhale through. So keeping your body super still, drawing down, reach, exhale, reach. Good. So keeping a nice grip of the weights. For me, I find this quite challenging because it's an asymmetric movement, meaning that we haven't got the opposite arm to balance out that leg movement, and we have to work a little bit harder to keep that neutral spine and pelvis. It's also great for your coordination in this one. Let's go again. 2 more times to each side, reaching through. Press. Exhale. Press. Last one to each side. Breathing out. In and out. Good. And in, and then bring your arms back down by your sides and pop the weights out of the way. Now, knees and feet are coming together. You can choose either to have your arms on the floor with your palms facing up for this one, or your arms in the air above the shoulders, ready for our hip rolls. We're trying to keep our body now really, really long and avoid hitching up our hips. So keep your knees and feet glued together. Take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, let your knees go to the side as your top foot peels off the floor. Opposite shoulder down, so you get this lovely twist through the spine. And then draw back into your centre position. All the time keeping your knees and feet squeezed. So over to the side. Draw back in. Exhale, twist. Inhale, return. Now smoothly going from side to side here, enjoying how it feels. So the twist is coming from the base of the spine and travelling up. Keeping your shoulders and jaw relaxed. Let's go one last one before we add in something a little bit more fancy. And back through to centre. So now we're going to add in a top leg lengthen. So breathe in to prepare, breathe out, go to the side, still breathing out, lengthen one leg up in the air, the top leg, inhale back through to centre, lower that leg down. So we're just adding a long limb now. So over to the side, reach through that leg, back to centre, and down. Over, lengthen, back, and down. Over, lengthen, back, and down. So keeping your knees glued, enjoy how this feels. Over, lengthen, back, and in. Now I'd like to see if you can try this with your arms in the air. So you might have felt there's quite a lot of pressure going down through your arms. This time, keep your arms in the air and see how different it feels. You might have to engage a little bit more through the legs and the core now. So over, reach, back, and through. Twisting, reach, back, and through. Good. And again. Over, reach, back, down, over, lengthen, back, and down. Last one to each side now. My knee really needs to click and it just won't. Back, lengthen, and bring your arms down and your legs back through to your neutral position. Well done. So from here, I'd like you to push your mats away, your head cushions away. I'm really struggling to speak today. I'm just really tired, I think. My words are not coming out. And set yourself up ready for a curl up. So your hands are clasped behind your head. You can see your elbows out of the corner of your eye. Nice neutral spine and pelvis, ready for 6 regular curl ups. So here I find that people often are kind of taking their knees in and out, either equally or not equally. So if you find that you do that, pop your little squishy ball between your knees, and that just gives you something to grip onto, which can make it a little bit easier to keep well aligned. Before we start, let's just practice picking our head up. So your head is super heavy in your hands, shoulders are away from your ears. Let's breathe in and now breathing out. Nod the chin, soften the breastbone, and curl up. So your gaze goes between your knees. Pause here, and then lower down with control. So let's try and go a little bit higher this time, breathing in to prepare. And breathe out, nod, soften and roll. Coming up, toe muscles down and in, and lower down. It's very easy to dome when we do this one, so try not to push your toe muscles up, rather think about that down and in position. And again. Breathe out, curl up, lengthen down. Let's go 3 more times like this. Curl, and 2, and our last one, curling up and down. So now let's turn this into an oblique curl up. So we haven't done for quite a while actually, although we do these when we're doing our crisscross. So for this one, we're curling up and then twisting over to the side. Head is still heavy in your hands, back through to centre and down. So adding this lovely twist, so curl, twist, centre and down. Exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. So we get that lovely connection around the middle here. Toe muscles coming down and in, so you're really well supported. Let's go again. Exhale, twist, centre, down. Exhale, twist, centre, down. We feel this already. Twist, and just check that you're going the same amount of twist to each side. It's very easy to prefer one side to the other. So let's make sure we're not doing that. And again, lift, twist, centre, down. We've got one last one to each side like this. Lift, twist, centre, down. And our final one now, lifting up, twisting to the side, back to centre and down. Well done. Have a little stretch if you need to, because next up we're adding in a long arm reach. So it's a little bit more challenging with this one. We're going to keep that ball between our knees once again. Take our head into our hands and do exactly the same, but as we twist, we're adding in an arm lengthen, and we're going to be lengthening the top arm. So opposite arm goes to the outside of the opposite leg. So breathe in to prepare, breathe out, curl up, and as you twist, you're reaching through the arm. Your head is supported in the other hand. Inhale back through to centre and lower. So we lift, twist and reach, back and down. Exhale, lift, twist, reach, back to centre and down. Lovely. Lift, twist, reach, back and down. Good. 2 more times to each side. And again, lift, twist, reach, back, centre, down. And 2 more times to each side. So maybe reaching a little bit further now. Remember to keep your head in your hands. And our final ones. Last one. Lift, twist, reach, back, centre and down. Well done. Now take the ball out from between your knees and pop it to the side. This is now adding in an opposite knee fold as well. So I'd like you just to practice without the arm reach first, and then when you feel like you've got your technique, let's add in that arm reach as well. So head in your hands, breathe in, prepare, breathe out, twist. Bring the opposite knee up and in, lower down with control. So we lift, and then as you twist, you bring the opposite knee in, back and down. So it's like a crisscross prep now. Let's just do a couple more to each side. And again, lift, twist, centre and down. Final couple. Head still supported. And last one. And back. Now let's add in the arm as well. So we're coming into our curl up and now twist and reach, back and down. Lift, twist, reach, centre down. So head nicely supported. And always having that connection between the ribs and the hips so you can feel those muscles switching on. Lovely. Let's do one last one to each side now. Keeping your head supported. And our final one. And down. Fantastic. Have a rest through your middle. Have a little rub of your tummy if you need it, because those muscles are working super, super hard. So I'd like you now to find your neutral spine and pelvis. And we're coming into a single leg stretch in a curl up. But for added challenge today, use your squishy ball as well between your legs to make sure that you're really well aligned. So we're starting off by bringing our legs one at a time into our double knee fold. Pop the ball between your ankles and then come into your curl up and keep your head supported. So your head is super heavy in your hands now. Now, single leg stretch legs, so we breathe in to prepare, and now breathe out, lengthen one leg away as you bring the opposite knee in, and then swap over. So you can see why we needed a little bit of air in the ball to enable you to roll it between your legs. So I'm aiming to get a 45-degree angle with that lengthened leg, and just rolling the ball between the legs. Feel the connection between your ribs and hips again, so toe muscles are down and in, head is heavy. Let's go 3, and 2, and our last one. Lengthen, lengthen, and bring yourself down. Take the ball out from between your legs and take your legs down one at a time. Have a rock, have a stretch if you need to, because now we're doing that once again. So we're going to aim for 3 sets of this today. So quite a nice little challenge for you, especially with that ball. I just find that again, after doing those oblique curl-ups, you've really fired up these muscles. You can really feel that lovely connection and strength. So back into neutral spine and pelvis. Bring your legs up one at a time into double knee fold. Ball between your ankles. Coming into your curl up, head supported. And now let's go into those leg stretches once again. So we breathe out, out. Little breath in the middle, out, out. Lengthen, lengthen. Keep your head supported, neck relaxed. Let's go 3, and 2, and 1. Bring your legs in, place your head down, take the ball out, legs down, 1, 2, for your little rest. Have a hip roll if you feel that that will help you here. And now we'll go into our final set. So we're going to aim for 12 in this final set. So neutral spine and pelvis once again, legs coming in one at a time. Ball between your ankles, coming into your curl up, head supported. Let's breathe in to prepare. Now breathe out, out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh, nearly dropped it, 8, 9, 10, oops, I've lost it completely now, just 2 more to go, 11, and 12, back through to centre, place your head down and release the ball and pop it to the side. Come into your lovely little hip roll here. You can make it a wide-legged hip roll if that feels good, because now I'm going to try and just do 1 set of double leg stretch legs with the ball between our ankles. So neutral spine and pelvis once again, float the legs up 1 at a time into double knee fold, ball between your ankles, come into your curl up, knees slightly further apart, and this time we inhale as we send our legs away. So little squeeze of that ball, exhale, return. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, return. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, good, 11, and final one, 12 here, pause, 3, 2, 1, knees back in, head down, ball out from between the knees, and pop your legs to each side. Well done. Really good there. Okay, so we've done quite a lot of forward flexion work, so now we're just going to fire at the back of our bodies with our spine curls, using the squishy ball for a little bit of alignment. So I'd like to lift your heads up and take your cushion and pop it back underneath your head. Pop the ball between your knees, feet hip distance apart, weight going down through the back of the pelvis, back of the rib cage and the back of the head. Neutral spine and pelvis and arms down. Ready just for 4 regular spine curls now. So breathing in to prepare. Make sure that your feet are really nice and connected on the floor. And now as you breathe out, we roll back to imprint our spine and then lift up your spine, bone by bone by bone. Bring your hips high in the air, squeezing your bottom here, breathing in. And now as you exhale, melt down from the neck and lengthen all the way down onto the floor. Really trying to get the back of the spine down and passing back through to your neutral position. And let's go again, breathing in to prepare. And breathe out, roll back, imprint, engage the back of the legs. Keep your toes relaxed as you float up bone by bone by bone. Pause at the top here and then melt back down again. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. All the way down onto the floor and pass back to neutral. Let's go again. Roll back. So it's a really nice way of firing up the back of the legs, back of the spine, especially after that forward flexion work, and really lengthen down one bone at a time. And now let's go one last one. Roll back, engage and lift. Pausing the top here, sending your knees away and melt back down, bone by bone by bone, onto the floor. Well done. Now let's take the ball out from between our knees. Bring your feet ever so slightly closer together, ready for a single knee fold whilst we're in the spine curl. Now this is optional. If you prefer, you can just stick to some regular spine curls instead of this additional one. Arms down by your side and shoulders relaxed. And neutral spine and pelvis. Let's breathe in to prepare. And breathe out, roll back, imprint the spine. Engage the back of the legs. Let's lift up bone by bone by bone by bone. Nice and strong here. And then float one leg in to a 90-degree angle. Lower that leg down. Settle yourself here. Lift the leg up. Lower the leg down. Pause for your inhale. And then let's melt back down onto the floor. Really coming down through the center line of your body. Can we do 3 more like this? Let's give it a go. Remember, normal spine curl is an option as well. Breathe in, prepare. Breathe out, roll back. Lift, 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 lift. Nice and smoothly. Strong at the top here. Float and down. Keep your hips raised, float and down. Pause here, breath in. And now melt back down. Lengthening onto the floor. Superb. Can we go 2 more times now? Roll back. Imprint, lift, 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 lift. Nice and high, use the back of the legs. Breathe out, lift. Inhale, lower. Ooh, there's a little bit of a bounce, lift. And lower, pause, melt down. We've got one final one here, so pass through neutral, and then let's go one last time. Roll back, imprint, engage, lift, 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 lift. Hips nice and high, use the back of the legs, breathe in. Breathe out, lift the leg up, lower down. Lift the other leg up, lower that leg down, pause here for your breath in, and now let's melt down onto the floor. One bone at a time, take it nice and smoothly and steadily, and then come into your full body stretch. So lengthen the legs away, lengthen the arms away, come into your stretch. And then roll over to your side and push yourself up through to a neutral position. Just sitting however suits you, because we're already halfway through our class now. So time for a quick break and a drink, and I'll see you back on the mat in a minute. Hi there. For the second part of the class, we're just warming up once again on the mat, coming into our hundreds and then coming up and over for some lovely 4-point kneeling work and some spinal extension. So let's get back into that position you were in for your spine curls. And we'll just ease out with a hip roll to begin. But this time you're having your weights in your hands. So take your time to find your neutral spine and pelvis here. Bring your knees and feet together and then float your arms up above the shoulders, holding your weights one in each hand. And now from here we breathe in to prepare, and then breathe out. Knees go over to one side, keeping your shoulders down, and then come back through to centre, and then straight over to the other side, and back to centre. Nice and smoothly here, over, and back, over, and back. So we're keeping our toe muscles down and in, so you're nicely supported here. Shoulders away from ears. And let's go 3. Keeping your arms really long. And 2. And our last one here. And back through to your centre position. Well done. Now from here, take your weights down, 1, 2, and we're going to bring our knees in and just start rolling like a rocker. So it's a really easy way to get into rolling like a ball. You're going to take your legs in one at a time, take your head up into a curl up, and then wrap your arms around your legs. So you're trying to get a little bit of flexion in your spine, and you're just starting by rolling forward and back. Might feel a bit weird to begin with. You can see there's not much movement here, but you're really going to try and curl your back. Keep pressing into your arms, and then you might start to get a little bit further. You can see that I'm quite a flat back. It's not looking great for me at the moment, but hopefully as we warm up, I'll get a little bit higher. So just rolling on the back of the spine, and then pause and come down. So your option is to continue like that as long as it's all right for you and your body. Otherwise, we're going to push ourselves up through into a seated position. Come into that same position here, push any obstacles away. Wrap your arms around your legs and press your arms into your legs and your legs back out into your arms, and then curve your spine here. So one option is that you can place your cushion underneath your back, especially if you've got a really deep lumbar curve. And then we're going to roll back, pause, and come up and balance. Okay, so it's a real rock on your back, rolling like a ball. We roll back, pause, and come up without having to extend our legs. You can probably tell that I haven't done this one for a while because I'm finding it really challenging today. But our aim is to roll backwards and forwards, keeping that curve of the spine without losing that leg. So you're keeping everything tucked in. Let's breathe in to prepare, breathe out, rock back, and come up. That was better. And again, breathe out and in. Keep your chin tucked. Let's see if we can go 4 more times like this. Exhale. Ooh, inhale, nearly. And 3. I'm just losing it at the end. 2. And our last one. Rolling back and up. And pause. Whew, that was really hard. I found that so difficult today. Okay, so let's come back onto the floor. Ready for our hundreds. So you have several options here. A lightweight, if you need to just ease out your spine, you can do so. So a nice little hip roll is a great way to do that. And then we'll come back through to centre. Neutral spine and pelvis once again, ready for our hundreds. So option one, everything is on the floor and you're just pulsing with your arms. Option two, you can pulse with your arms whilst you're in curl up. Option three, your legs are in your double knee fold, curling up and pulsing. Alternatively, you can have your head down. You can do all of these, by the way, with the addition of hand weights. And option four today is I'd like to take one weight, pop it between your feet and hold it there. So we're just adding a little bit of extra challenge on with the addition of the weight, and I can tell you that that feels like quite a lot when you're keeping your legs up like this. So let's find our start position and then we'll do it all together. So coming into your curl up if that's what you're choosing, and let's breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5 and in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still your arms, bring your head down, bring your knees in, pop the ball to the side, and have a rest here. Well done. So final one in lying down today. We're just coming into a lovely starfish once again. You can choose whether to have your weights one in each hand or keep without the weights depending on how you feel. Check your neutral spine and pelvis before you begin. Arms down, breathing in to prepare. And now breathe out. Slide one leg away as we take the opposite arm up and back. Really enjoy that stretch. And then draw everything back in. Then we go to the side. Exhale, slide and reach. Inhale, return back to center. Exhale, slide, reaching through. Inhale, back. Good. And again, exhale and reach. Inhale, back. Let's go 2 more times to each side like this. Breathing out and in, out and in. Final couple. Out and in. And our last one. Breathing out, reaching through and roll back in. Well done. Now let's push everything to the side and roll over to come over into your 4-point kneeling position. So bring yourself around, and remember in 4-point kneeling you can either have your hands directly underneath your hands with your shoulders with lots of space between your fingertips, or you can create fists if that's better. Use your cushion underneath the heels of the hands or have your mat folded over. So just give yourself a little bit of padding here and work out what is best for you. So let's find neutral spine and pelvis. So make sure the weight is even between all 4 points. You're pressing the mat away and drawing the toe muscles up and in. And we're just starting with a little pelvic tilt here to help us find neutral. So tucking the tailbone and lengthening away. Tuck and lengthen. Tuck, lengthen. So nice and smoothly here. Let's go 3 and 2 and your last one. Tuck and lengthen. Back through to centre, and now from here just a little tail wag from side to side. So keep pressing the mat away, keep lifting it through the back of the neck, but feel that core connection as you go into your little tail wag. So after all that we did on the mat, including my pretty and successful rolling like a rocker and rolling like a ball, this should feel quite nice. here we're just going into our classic cat and extended cat. Now I always try and do one of these in all of the classes that we're on 4.0 just because it feels so good for your spine and really gets that lovely spinal articulation in. So neutral spine and pelvis once again. Let's breathe in to prepare and then breathe out, tuck the tailbone and then lengthen all the way up, bone by bone by bone, pressing the mat away. Nice long spine and then lengthen through, breastbone forward, bottom back. And really deepen that lumbar curve as much as you're able. Then let's go again, starting from the tailbone, rolling all the way up, pressing away, and lengthen through. Good. And again, tuck and roll, pressing the mat away, really getting that length through the upper part of the spine, so it's like you're pressing your mid back up to the ceiling. And let's go 3 more times here. Tuck and roll. Breastbone forward, bottom back. Let's go 2 more times now. Tuck and press. And lengthen. And our final one now. Really enjoy how that feels as we tuck and roll back. Good. And then lengthen back through to centre and sit back over your heels. Rolling through your wrists, well done. Now from here, I'd like you to get your squishy ball and take a little bit of air out of it. Because we're going to balance the ball on our back. So if you have as much air as you did when you were using it for your single leg lengthens, it's not going to go very well really. So you need to have a little bit of slack in there. Let's pop it on the back of the spine and find neutral spine and pelvis once again. Toe muscles coming up and in. And then from here, we inhale to slide one leg away and then lift that leg nice and long up to hip height. We'll do 6 lift and lowers. So lower, lift. Keep your weight even through all 4 points. Keep your legs super long. And feel how the back of the glutes, back of the leg are switched on. Let's go 3, 2, and last one. Lower the leg down, bring the knee back in. Let's go the same on the other side. Inhale, lengthen that leg. Exhale, lift, lower, lift, lower. Good, so you're imagining that a piece of string is lengthening that leg towards the wall behind you. Really great one for getting the back of the leg and glutes switched on. Let's go 2 and 1, lower. Now we're going to do 2 more sets on each side. So all this time, feel that connection through the middle. Remember, if you need to give your wrists a rest, that's fine. Just sit back and have a roll round and give some mobility into there. So once again to the other side, breathing in to prepare. Breathe out, slide the leg away. Lift. Lower. Good. Keep that leg long and bring it back in. Again to the other side. Inhale, slide. Exhale, lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. If you lose that neutral spine and pelvis, the ball will roll off. Let's go 3, 2 and 1, and we'll go 1 more time to each side now. So slide, I'm not being very successful today, slide, lift, lower. Good, and then 6 on the other side, slide, lift. And 1 last set to each side here. So keep pressing the mat away, keep really long through the back of the neck. And then let's go again. Feel that connection through the middle, so lifting up and in. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Final one here. Slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Bring the knee in, take the ball off and sit back over your heels and have a rest through your wrist. So giving your wrist a lovely wiggle here, getting rid of any tension that you're holding there. Well done. So we're turning this into a shoulder drop now and then going into a push-up prep. So if you do need to have a rest at any time, that is fine. I know it's quite a lot of pressure down through the area as well. So back to 4-point kneeling. Now remember, with our shoulder drop, we're keeping our arms long and the movement is literally just our shoulders travelling down towards the mat. Shoulder blades come together and then press away. So we draw down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, press away. You may find that you don't have that much movement in there to begin with, but as you warm up, hopefully get a little bit more. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Sit back and rest, ready for our next set of 8. Little wiggle of our fingers, back to 4-point kneeling. Find that lovely neutral spine and pelvis, and then let's go again. Exhale, inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Brilliant. Sit back once again. So from here, we're turning this into a press-up prep, which is a lot more challenging. So just do however many of these suit you. What I'd like you to not do is send your elbows out wide. So showing you from the front here, hands are underneath our shoulders, sending the elbows up wide looks like this. What we're trying to do is send the elbows towards the thighs, so it's more of a press and up, okay? So try both options so you can feel the difference. And then we're just going to try and get up to 8 repetitions of this because it's really challenging for our biceps and for our triceps. So breathe in to prepare, breathe out, elbows back, inhale, press, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, good, and again, lower, press, lower, and press. Let's go 3, 2, and last one, lower and press. Well done. Sit back over the heels and give your wrists a well-needed rest after that one. Fantastic. So from here, let's come down into our front lying position, ready for a lovely bit of spinal extension. We're going to start with our regular diamond press. Just like with cat, I feel that diamond press really can teach you to get that extended movement before we go into anything a little bit more complicated, which is why I always tend to start with a diamond press and then move on. So I know it can sometimes be repetitive, yet that is the reason why. So our legs are lengthening out behind us, fingertips and thumbs forming that diamond. Just check that your legs are hip distance apart and just bring your toe muscles up and in here so you're nicely supported through the back of through the front of the spine and the back as well. Head is going down on that diamond, elbows are away from you. Find a little connection in your middle, breathe in to prepare, and then as you breathe out, we're going to lift up through the head, neck and top of your spine, so your gaze is going down towards the floor, and lower down with control. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Breathe out and in. Good. Let's go 4 more like this. Lift, lower, lift, and down. Good. We'll go 3, So now let's do 8 where our arms come up at the same time. So you're going to need to use your back a little bit more. So make sure you still have that core connection here. Fingertips are now glued to the forehead and you're lifting your elbows up at the same time. So breathe in, prepare, and then breathe out. Lift everything up, pause, lower down. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Breathe out and in. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause and lower. Fantastic. So now we're going into a little lateral flexion with that diamond press. So a little bit more complicated. I'll show you from the front, just in case you can't see clearly. So imagine I'm lying on my front in diamond press. We're going to lift up and then lateral flexion to the side. So you're just kind of hovering over the floor, back through to centre and down. We lift, lateral flexion to the side, back through to centre and down. And we're going to keep on doing this. What I'd like you to do is keep your elbows lifted so you're just kind of hovering over the floor. If you want to come down between every side, that is fine, that's what I'm going to do. But if you feel that you're really strong enough and like in correct position to go 1, 2 and then down, that's also fine. So you can choose whichever suits you. Let's come into our position here. Engage through your middle, keep the back of the neck nice and long. Breathe in to prepare and breathe out. Lift and then rotate to the side. Back to centre and down. Breathe in, prepare. Breathe out, lift. Side, centre and down. And again. Lift, rotate. Centre, down. Lift, rotate, centre and down. So this is just working against gravity to come into your lateral flexion whilst your spine is slightly extended. So just moving our spine in a slightly different way. And this is so nice for our posture as well. Let's go 3 more times to each side now. Keeping your legs lengthened on the floor. Lift, side, back, centre. Lift, side, back, centre. And the final one to each side. Lift, side, back, centre. Lift, side, back and centre. Wow, I could feel that working. So if you need to, send your bottom back over your heels. Have a stretch through your spine here. And let's bring ourselves back down onto our fronts when we're ready for a lovely cobra prep now. So I'd like you to take your legs slightly further apart. So they're about as wide apart as the mat. Toes pointing out and heels are in. So you're externally rotated through the hip sockets. Forehead is down on the floor and then your hands either side of the mat with your elbows down. Drawing your toe muscles up and in. Keep the back of the neck long. Breathe in to prepare now, and as you breathe out, we slide the nose away and start to lift up bone by bone by bone. Shoulders coming down away from the ears. Feel that connection through the back of the spine. Pause here and lengthen down. So we're only lifting up as far as we can without lengthening our arms. So let's go again. Breathe in, prepare. Breathe out, slide and lift. Maybe a little bit further. And lower down. Now the beauty of this one is that you can really adjust your arms. So if you feel like you're not quite in the right position, just move your arms around. Lifting up and lower down. Let's go 3. And 2. And our last one here. Now we're going to add in some prone beats. So slide, lift, down and return. So for our next 8, we're sliding the nose away, lifting up into your cobra prep. Then as you come down, lift both legs up together and then clap the inner thighs together 3 times. 1, 2, 3, back down, and then send yourself up. So it's like you're a bit of a seesaw now, and your fulcrum is your pelvis. So let's give this a go. So forehead down, breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, slide the nose away and start to lift up, and then lower down. Lift the legs, 1, 2, 3, lower the legs down, and lift. Now with this one, if you feel like you want to go slightly higher with your spine, you can just start to extend your elbows a little. So you're lifting up a little bit more, and then lower down, bone by bone by bone. Lift your legs up, 1, 2, 3. Good, and again. Slide and lift, maybe extend your arms a bit. Come back down, toe muscles coming up and in, pulse, 2, 3. And again, slide and lift, lengthen down, pulse, 2, 3. Let's go 2 more times here. Slide away and lift, lower down, pulse, 2, 3. Last one now. Slide and lift and lengthen back down onto the floor. Pulse, 2, 3. Well done. Now if you want to, send your bottom back over your heels once again to open out through the base of the spine, because now we're coming into a full-on cobra. I'm going to do 6 of these. So set yourself up once again. Toes are out, external rotation, forehead is down. Again, just like with the oblique cobra, your cobra prep, you may need to move your hands slightly just to find the correct position for you. Forehead down, breathing in to prepare. And now as you breathe out, we slide the nose away and start to lift up bone by bone by bone, lengthening the arms. Shoulders away from the ears, breastbone forward, breathe in. And now let's melt back down onto the floor. 1 bone at a time and tuck your nose underneath. And again, breathe in, prepare. Breathe out, slide. And lift. Pause here. Lengthen down. Bone by bone by bone. Good. So you may find that as you warm up into your spinal extension, you can get a little bit further up. But if that's not for you today, that's completely fine. Just make sure that you still have that lovely support around your middle, so your toe muscles coming up and in, so you're not just hanging off your spine. Lengthening down. Let's go 2 more times. Slide and lift. Pausing here. Lengthening down. And we'll go our final one. Slide. Lifting all the way up. Good. Breathing in here. Melt back down onto the floor. 1 bone at a time. And then let's send our weight back over the heels. And rest here. So enjoying how that feels. So you can really bring yourself down. Place your head onto the back of the hands if you wish. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And when you're ready, I'd like to push yourself up through and come round to a seated position. We're just going to finish off today with a lovely waist twist. So I'd like to sit however suits you. Remember, if you need to, you can sit on your blocks here. I'd like to try and relax your knees out to the side and lift up through the breastbone. Take your arms one on top of the other and draw your shoulders down away from your ears. And now as you breathe out, we're rotating to the side, back to centre, round to the other side, back to centre. We're trying to keep our knees relaxed and just get this lovely rotation in our spine, which hopefully should feel really nice after all of that extension that we just did. Let's go 2 more times to each side. Brilliant. Maybe getting a little bit more to each side now. Final one. And back through to centre and bring the arms down. Well done. Roll the shoulders back and set yourself up to sit however suits you best now. So lifting it through the crown of the head, take the arms out to the side, take a deep breath in. And now as you breathe out, we're going to lift our arms up, have a lovely stretch. And press the air away. Good. Let's go one more time, all the way up, reaching through, big stretch. Press the air away, and you can give yourself a nice clap. Well done. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've really enjoyed the workout. A little bit more strong to begin with than we're used to, but I hope you can really feel that your strength and stamina are progressing week on week. I'll look forward to seeing you next week for some more Pilates, so until then, take care.